considering the screens on your camera.
Yeah, I
Screen,
definitely.
whatever.
Yeah. Alright, well, here we are, everybody. We are going to be getting into this game. We are going to be spawning directly on top of Zor, who is going to be the pink Protoss once again. And just because Hand isn't here, I will say it for him. It's pretty in pink, and that makes me very, very happy. But you know what? I'm using the wrong thing of... Oh, that sucks. I have to actually retype oGaming in oGaming so that the overlay is actually on the correct side. Alright, but...
Oh.
I know, it's so sad. Technology and its terribleness. As we play a computer game and stream it over the internet because technology is just oh so bad.
Yes.
Anyway, it's Zor in the top left, going against Fugazi who's in the bottom right. oGaming is up 1-0 in this particular best of 3, but as for the entire scores of the best of 3 so far, it is 0-0 because this is the first series. Fugazi 1-0, and we are going to be getting to another PvT, this time on ESV Ohana LE.
Yeah, probably going to see the same things from these guys unless they decide to really mix it up, but just those one gate, one rack expands are so popular, and I have to say, when you were talking about Zor, you know, you're like, and here's Zor, I was like, the Power Rangers.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Zordon, I was like, oh my gosh. You're like introducing the Green Ranger.
Oh.
Or I guess the Pink Ranger in this case.
Wait, is there an Orange Ranger?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, why couldn't he be red?
I know, right? The pink and red. Oh, that's the most excellent rivalry ever. It's the girl versus the head guy dude. Oh man, it's been so long.
I know.
Power Rangers.
Oh, did you watch the one with with the gooey guy, the purple gooey guy? That was the best Power Ranger.
The movie?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Oh.
That was the best movie.
I've watched that so many times as a small child.
Oh, I still watch it.
Okay, I was a Power
Was I not allowed
Ranger
to say
for...
that?
Okay, I had a weird stint as a childhood where Halloween, I would be the same thing years in a row. One of them was Power Ranger. I was doing the red Power Ranger like 4 years in a row. That was a ninja for like 5 years in a row. It was great.
Oh, that's great. Oh man, I used to have the biggest crush on the green/white Ranger. Oh, and he's now he's still hot too, so
Really?
Yay for me growing up and still having the hottest crush. But yeah, back to the game though. Power Rangers being awesome aside,
Yes.
I think we're gonna see what we were expecting in the. Oh well, actually, I take that back. We see a factory from our Terran player.
Yeah, I was actually just hovering over this. This looks really cool to me because it's a complete deviation from the last game that we saw from him. Last game it was all bio, pure bio. He used the factory to scout, and that was it. It just allowed starport and scouted. That was it. And now we're seeing going to be relying on it for the early game, going for a really fast reactored Hellion build that it would seem. Let's do something weird and go for 2 Marines at a time in a single Hellion, which he will not be doing. So yeah, there we go.
Yeah, this is gonna be really interesting to see what he does now. I was kind of expecting if he had put down another, if he put down a starport to see Hellion drops, which are really good against Protoss, but it's going to be interesting to see what he can do breaking up just the front of the ramp of the Protoss with Hellions.
What's really going to be interesting is the timing of this, because Zor...
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you see it?
Go on. Yes.
Oh, we got a Stargate. But will it be a Void Ray all-in, or will it be for Phoenixes?
A very interesting question. If it's a Void Ray all-in, I'm going to have to say Zor's looking pretty bad right now, because he's only getting units that shoot ground, so that's going to be very disheartening when he walks into that base and sees that Void Ray, or if the Void Ray walks into his base first.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be interesting. I mean, Marauders, they're gonna be able to last a little bit longer than a Marine, but not by much. And already we're seeing this Stalker going to be Enzel taking down this supply depot. You're going to react. Oh, there's Fugazi reacting, but will it actually fall? It may fall. It's down.
Yeah.
It's gonna die.
Yeah.
And that just supply blocked Fugazi.
Yeah, that's actually a really big nuisance for Fugazi. He was definitely planning out his. This is a very tight build order. These types of early aggressions. So to lose the supply depot actually really hurts. And not only that, but he has shown his hand. So I'm thinking that Zor's thinking, oh, thank God I have stuff that lifts. And well, he's actually not getting a Void Ray quite yet, but maybe he will after this Phoenix.
He's not getting Void Rays, and that makes me so scared for him.
Just Phoenix. Yeah.
He's just going straight Phoenixes, and he can't do that. He's going to be able to lift up 3, maybe 4 units if time is wasted, but time's not being wasted.
Sentry! Oh. Okay.
He needs at least 3 or 4 to be able to continuously get this down, and he's trying to use his gas to get the Phoenixes. I'm really worried for Zor defending this.
Yeah, so am I. I definitely actually thought the Sentry might be a little too late, but he backed up with the Talons, and here we go now. Where's the Force Field? There's the Force Field, but it actually blocks up everyone, so not the worst Force Field in the world, but damage is being done. The Phoenix is coming to try and lift, but they do so little damage to Marauders.
Yeah, they can kill off the Hellies very quickly, but the Zealot is getting destroyed by the Hellies. The Marauders doing a great job at tanking. We're now down to 0 Protoss ground units, and the Phoenix energy is quite low. There's a 45 energy, 46. Now there's 2 Stalkers, but now we have splash damage to the probe line.
Yeah, he's only taken out, I believe, 2 probes so far, so not the worst thing, but, you know, he has Stargate tech, which, I mean, how long does this, you know, what's the longevity of the, what's the word I'm looking for? How will this go into the mid-game? Thank you, longevity. Yeah. Longevity, I'm a genius, no problem.
You technically spelled it right phonetically.
I did, yeah, that's one point. I imagined it, I just didn't say it right. But yeah, how is this going to go into the mid-game? Because as you can see back at the Terran base, he said, okay, aggression over, time to go into super macro style. We see 2 barracks, his gases, a starport, and a command center on the way.
Yeah, this is... Well, the Nexus got put down, so maybe the delay game, if Zor can move around and harass his Phoenixes, keep Fugazi in, Zor may be able to get himself a little bit more back into economic, because there's 22 probes and 28 SCVs. The Natural's done for Fugazi. We're about to have double muling. Very little is going in Zor's direction, but the Viking is going to die very, very easily.
You rarely ever see that happen. Phoenix is taking on a Viking and winning. But now they're all
going good fight. It's so many people don't know this, but Phoenixes are really good against Vikings. The Vikings don't do the extra damage. Phoenixes are more mobile. You can pull them back in time. Plus, you get the double attack, and Vikings take a lot longer to build. And so it's not like a direct one-on-one fight. It's not as good. It's just when you add in everything that you realize it's actually not a bad move.
That's really interesting. And you know, another thing that Phoenix is actually surprisingly good at is if the Protoss, you know, when the Protoss gets Phoenixes, sniping medevacs becomes much, much easier. So you can't have a problem of Fugazi having a limited amount of medevacs. But we actually see a robo facility coming down for a Protoss player now, so I'm wondering if he's thinking about maybe going for a 2-base timing attack after this. He probably thinks he's behind just seeing how many SCVs he has. Maybe, what do you think?
I'm actually not 100% certain how this game is going to be pouring out, because if Zor can pull out Colossi, we might end up seeing a Phoenix Colossus combination, which is really, really, really powerful. And it used to be my staple, and it actually made a lot of Terrans just rage, like, why are you going for an imbalanced composition a while ago? Yeah.
Also, beautiful moves by Zor right now, lifting the mules and getting out of there. So really good use of the Phoenixes so far.
This is actually impeccable, because as you see, Fugazi is not going for missile turrets, because you don't want to. If you can spread your Marines right, that's fine, but he's keeping them pumped up and running back and forth, because he doesn't want the Marines to get picked off, because don't forget, Marines get 3-shotted or something by Phoenixes, even with combat shield or without combat shield. So if you move in with too few, you get 2 of them lifted up at a time, and those Marines are going down quickly, even to Phoenixes.
Yeah. Well, back on the Protoss' side, we do see that he has put down a robotics bay and 3 more gateways. He has thrown down a forge as well, which is why I'm a little confused. I don't know what the timing exactly is for 2-base timing. Does the forge go along with it?
If he could be trying to get the attack upgrades to complement the Colossi. Oh, he's going armor. He wants the Zealous to tank. That's what he's going for. He wants the Zealous to tank. He can use the Phoenixes to kill off the medevacs, harass, contain, and then he goes for the Colossi, and then in the big battles, the Colossi deal the damage, the Phoenixes tank the shots from the Vikings, so the Colossi stay alive, and then we can just move into the Zealous staying alive, allowing the Colossi to continue staying alive and dealing damage. There's a lot of staying alive that goes on.
I was going to say that.
Gloria Gaynor when you need her.
Well, yeah, your explanation, you know, explained it really well. I think, you know, everyone that heard that is now thinking, that's actually a really good idea if he's going to go for that 2-base Colossus timing, which I think he is. I think he has a good idea coming along right now. But the Terran army is moving out, and this does mean that his main and natural are a little bare, but he has put up missile turrets finally. And we'll have to see how this engagement goes for the Terran.
Yeah, it's gonna be tricky. It's all gonna depend on force fields. It's
Yeah.
all gonna be force fields. One Colossus is gonna be coming out. But this is really good. This is a really scary fight for both players. Now we're seeing them pushing in, and there's the attack going on. Great kiting, but there's force fields, and those zealots are getting in there even without charge. But you know what? There may just be too much for the Terran. It's just be completely overwhelming.
Yeah, I really don't like his timing on those force fields. He seemed to almost not force field at all, and I was really worried for a second. And the force fields didn't, you know, he took off more than he could chew, pretty much, with those force fields. Now the Phoenixes are dead. He has so many Marines left over. This is definitely pretty much game over for the Protoss player.
Yep, and Colossus is now here, but without any supports, Glass Cannon, the Marines are going to stim, and that's going to be just so dead. There it falls, and it looks like we're going to be seeing Fugazi taking a 2-0 victory in this particular best of 3, so oGaming is going to be leading 1-0 in the entire series score within this ESEA clan war, and now that is going to be taking us directly to the next best of 3. We'll be having to do it through the replays now. I do not believe we have any more live games, but this is going to be great, as this is the first of at minimum on another 3 best of 3s total.